Hello and welcome back to Cali Legends Media. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to each and every one of my subscribers. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate when you hit that like and when you hit that hype. Thank you very much. And to all you new subscribers, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy the video and our discussions and our get down here on Cali Legends Media. Okay, so this isn't a reaction video per se, but I just wanted to bring some things up that I've noticed being put out on social media regarding being a Chicano. Okay. Now, before I say anything, before I get all into this, I want to make one thing clear. Okay. I guess a couple of people on YouTube, a couple of content creators said something to the effect that don't talk to me in Spanish, that's not my language, and that this person don't know how to speak Spanish and that one don't know how to speak Spanish. And there was one content creator that got real defensive and said that I would never do that to my children. I would never rob them of their culture. And like Spanish is, I think he made a comment like, all right, well, I'll speak to you in European. Newsflash, okay? Spanish is a European language. Spanish is a white language, okay? The reason why Spanish is spoken by people that are indigenous to the Mexican territory is because Spain, the Spanish, went into that territory, okay, and mixed with the indigenous people from Mexico and taught them to speak their language, which is a white language. It's Gabacho, it's European, and that's what everybody's speaking these days. I had a Sally, his name was a Green Eyes from 22nd Street. Cool little dude, man. He had so much pride, man, for his barrio, so much pride for what he believed in behind the walls, and so much pride of being Mexican. And one day I was talking to him and he told me, háblame en español. Yo soy mexicano, no soy gabacho, right? And I laughed. And I go, check it out, homie. If you really want to get down to it, then you speak to me in Nahua, or one of the indigenous languages from Mexico. Because Spanish, if you don't know, ask somebody that you trust, somebody that can teach you this. But Spanish is a European language, and it's a white language, okay? So what you're speaking to me in Spanish is you're speaking to me in Gabacho. Oh man, he flipped. He blew a fuse, you know? But later on, I sent him to a couple of people that know, and yeah, they set him straight. And he says, you know what, you were right. I never knew that, Before I get into where the term Chicano came from and what it means to most people, and what it means, in my opinion, okay, let's talk a little bit about DNA. Okay, you could go and get a test and have your DNA tested, and they'll give you they'll break down the percentages of your makeup, your genetic makeup. Okay, they're going to tell you, okay, you're this percent indigenous, this percent is Spanish, this percent European, blah 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 blah. Whatever you have inside of you through the years and years and years of evolution of your bloodline, okay? Basically, if you're Mexican, if you're Mestiza, you're mixed. That's what Mexican and Mestiza identifies. It's a mixed race. Unless you're Azteca, that's different, okay? Now, those people with the Aztec blood, there's some in Mexico that still have a pretty huge percentage of of indigenous blood, okay, from way back from the Aztec times, okay, with a very small percentage of the European blood. Nevertheless, they're Mexicans, they're mixed, son mestizas, okay? Uh, Myself, I'm French, Spaniard, Indigenous, okay, and Native American. I have all of these different DNA traits in me, okay? So, what does that make me? Okay? That makes me mix. I'm a Mexican, okay, that was born in the United States. I'm a second generation from my parents and grandparents coming in from Mexico and having me, okay, here in the United States, where also my mother and father were born. My dad was born in Calexico. My mom was born here in Los Angeles. My grandfather and grandmother both came from Mexico when they were like 15, 16 years old. First came my grandfather, Don Pedro Ibarra. Then came my grandma. My grandfather sent for my abuelita, my nana, okay? And her name was Jenny Duran, okay? Regardless of any of that, being that I'm born here in the United States, I'm Mexican American, okay? I can't, some people have dual citizenship. You could be a citizen of Mexico and a citizen of the United States. How that works, I don't know. I know it can be done because I was going to have my papers done so that way I could buy property in Mexico and not risk it having ever been taken away from me at wartime or for any other reason, because I'd be considered a citizen of Mexico. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole other story and everything. But what I'm getting at is percentage and all of that stuff has nothing to do with Chicano. It has something to do with being Mexican and of Mexican descent. But as far as Chicano, Chicano was a term that was adopted by the Mexicans who were fighting against the governments for equal rights and for to be treated justly, okay? Back when the Brown Berets were doing their marches and stuff, and there was riots and shootings, and people have lost their lives trying to make things better for us, for the Mexican Americans and for the Mexicans that were here in the United States. And they adopted the term Chicano, okay? It's a term that I'm not going to get into how that term was derived, but regardless how that term was put together, that's what it is. It's not a race, it's not a bloodline, it's not a like you have to have this percentage of this and that and the other. No. That's not what Chicanos are made of, okay? Chicano was more of a political stance of our people that were standing up to the United States and the injustice that we were suffering. So that's my take on it. Okay, that's my opinion. I'd like to see what you guys think in the comment section. Can you be part Chicano and part white, and part Mexican and part white, and still be a Chicano? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's just the facts. Can you be part white and part Azteca and be Mexican, mestiza? Yes, you can. That's what that means. But people get it confused, and look, everybody knows I don't like this Danny Ayala, Marv, whatever you guys call him. Nevertheless, he wants to claim Chicano. Yeah, I guess he is a Chicano, because his dad was Mexican and his mother was white. But he claims to be Chicano. He has done things to try to move the people in a certain direction that he feels is positive. Okay? And anybody who does stuff like that, I think could claim to be a Chicano. Long as you have some indigenous blood, some Mexican heritage, and that type of thinking, to elevate the people, to elevate our people. So, like Pocho Podcast, okay? I can't stand that dude either. Those are my two. As a matter of fact, those are my two most unfavorite people in the YouTube Yardan, okay? Now, Pocho Podcast. Pocho is a name given to us by the people, or given to people who don't speak clear English. They're considered pochos, right? Well, that's funny that they would, even me, myself, say that I'm pocho over a European language, over a Gabacho language, over a white language, because I don't speak correct Spanish. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Why would you throw something on somebody, calling them a pocho, over a language that came from people that came into Mexico and pillaged, raped, and overtook the country, and stole the religion of the people, the language of the people, the customs of the people, and the history of the people, by burning their codices and their records of stuff that, if we knew, would clear things up for us even further. I just don't see it, But for those of you who don't know, if you're from here in the United States and you go over to Mexico, you're not viewed the same. It's just the way it is. If you've never been to Mexico, does that mean you can't be a Chicano? Come on, really? Does where you travel make you who you are? I never been to Spain, but I'm still part Spanish. I never been to France, and I'm still part French. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been to Mexico, but I still get called a pocho. It's very, very slippery slope there, But like I said, if you're a Chicano, you could tell somebody who's a Chicano by the way they talk, the way they act, what they represent, and what they claim. Can you take a blood test and tell if a person's Chicano? No, you can't. I'm sorry, but you can't. A DNA test? No, you can't. Because it's not a race. It's not an X. It's not. When you sign what your ethnic origin is, you cannot. There's not a square for Chicano. You know what I mean? Am I a Chicano? Damn fucking right. You try to tell me different, and we're gonna argue. We're gonna have this discussion that we just had right now. So I don't know. I've been hearing this thing about speaking Spanish, and who can call themselves a Chicano or not, or even the person that was making these claims recently, he's mixed. He has probably close to the same blood as me. and other people here in the United States, you know. I do speak some Spanish, but if I didn't speak no Spanish at all, I'd still be a Chicano. You know, that's my identity. That's how I identify. You know, that's what I'm about. You know, so when there's a Chicano movement, hey, I raise my hand. I want to be part of that. You know, well, of course, I got to know what it's about and what we're pushing for, but almost 100%, that would be where I'd be. I'd be there standing with them. You know. Anyways, this is my video for today, people. I'd like to know more or less what you guys think, what you ladies think, as far as being a Chicano, what it means to you, and just maybe a little comment about the Spanish language. Uh, you know, if what you think is that a Mexican language? Do people need to know good Spanish to be to not be a pocho? You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd just talk about something today. Get away from all of the drama on YouTube and talk a little bit about something that's important to me, something that matters to me. And I know it matters to a lot of you also. Thanks for watching, people. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you like the video even more, hit the hype button. And like Chicano Tube says, if you don't like them or you're just trolling, hit the chinga tu madre button. That'd be the thumbs down button. But hit something, you know, smash a button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Set that notification bell on all. And I'd highly appreciate it. We're trying to reach a goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I appreciate all of you who have joined the channel lately. There's been quite a few of you. And like I said, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy the topics. Thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless your family. Stay free, people.